Welcome back! We have found a different version of Ahnonay. The future, apparently. And I think was actually supposed to be the the past, present and future versions of what's it called? Gartenay, the age where the Dani are originally from, with probably the version that we saw before, with the Quabs being the past, this being the present, and then we'd assume that there's also a future then, which maybe we can reach by repeating this trick of turning all the lights off and then trying to link out.
Now Sven won't get this reference because he's not a Stargate fan, but all you Stargate fans, this reminds me of the place they went where there was those living crystals, and O'Neill touched one of the crystals and it took his form. I'm sure you all remember that. That's what these crystals remind me of.
Well, I don't know that, of course. There's some crystals over here we missed. And I think there's also a crystal on the tower. And unlike the Quab, that one doesn't go away if you link back out.
Oh, you're getting that one?
Yep. But how can we get to the tower if there's no water?
The other thing I noticed is there's no journey cloth. Not journey cloth, but no
shell cloth. Yeah, there's no shell cloth on this location here, which is interesting. Makes you wonder what would happen if we go back to Myrelto and then link to the shell marker. In fact, let's try that. Nora, you...
Oh, you want to try that?
Yeah, you can wait here if you want. I'm just gonna go to Myrelto, link to the shell marker, see if maybe I end up in the back in the past version, the water version. The nice one, which is not so creepy as this one. Notice we got two books for Ahnonay, one leading to the cathedral and the other leading to Ahnonay itself. Well, let's and its linking panel is just as weird as the one in the cathedral. Not really telling us what version of Ahnonay we're going to link to. Let's see what happens if we use the marker. Oh, I end up here, even though the shell cloth itself is not here. That is an important thing to realize. If you do not realize that, you cannot solve this age. Apparently, we can touch shell cloths and then use them to link to places in a different version of the age, even though the cloth itself might not be there anymore. And hey, look, there is a convenient path under the fog here.
This is spooky. This really is spooky, walking through the fog.
I don't think you can do this in first person, no. Doesn't let you. I guess if you enable the stay in first person option, then it would, but... And yes, it's a good thing we came here, because there is a crystal and also a shell cloth, which of course we want to have to get to the portal once we find out where that is. Maybe it's inside the building. And there's a crystal.
Is there only one?
There's only one, and you don't need to touch them. There's no harm in you doing it, but you don't need to. So I guess we could use that to more easily get to the tower now if we go back to the water version. If we can go back to the water version. Assuming that we can, then I guess we could then link to the tower in that version. Meaning that we wouldn't have to make that hazardous swim again. That took me 5 attempts last time. Alright, let's take a gander at the sensor to see if we got...
I'd just like to point out that when we did the practice run, you made it in one attempt, so...
Yeah, and I usually make it in one attempt. but, well, curse of the Let's Play, especially because I jinxed it. Okay, I think that lights you, probably? Yes. So we are once again out of lights. This time I'm going to go first, because, well, last time when I linked out, something happened, but when Nora linked, it didn't. So, is that because this is my instance of the H? It's something only I can do? Or does it have to do with the order? Does it only happen to the last person who links out? Well, we'll find out now, I guess. Oh, I didn't hear any sound this time. Let's see if you can. Of course, you'll have to tell me, because I can't hear it from here.
I will. I will, but I was just waiting a couple seconds, because we discovered that if you go right off, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, we did have a glitch sometimes that it did not always happen.
There was a big, loud, metallic noise just then, so it has happened.
Okay, well that confirms the fact that it happens for the last person who links out. And since we already know that the all of the blue lights on the sensor need to be off, because we needed to push off all the quaps before it could happen, we now, in fact, know that it only happens if there really is nobody left on the island when you link. If I'm still on the island, then it didn't happen. But since apparently it will work if the quaps are in the water, because, well, they're not gone, they're just in the water, not on the island. So that makes me wonder what would happen if I'm in the water and then Nora uses the linking book in the water version. Of course, we can't try that with the foggy version, because you can't be in the water. But it's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Well, let's see where we go now. Back to the water version, or to that future version of Ahnonay, if indeed that is what this is supposed to be. And it looks kinda different. We are now in space. And it looks like the sensor is broken, or at least the blue lights aren't working.
Ooh, this is spooky.
I like the
but
music.
Nice music. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, as I already pointed out in my Complete Chronicles Let's Play, there are a couple of things that don't really add up here. How is there gravity? How is there air if this is just a couple of rocks floating in space? And what is that weird ring that's going around this place? And these are some things that might tip you off that something is not as it seems here. Although, of course, we have seen the Barrow and things do stranger things, so I suppose that if Kadish really was the grower, he might be able to actually have this place have gravity and air, even though that seems to be impossible. Because it's certainly not something I would put past Yisha being able to do, considering some of the other stuff we've seen her do.
Have you ever tried to jump into one of those? Like, jump onto this?
Oh, the smaller islands? No, I've never tried that. I suppose you might be able to go island hopping here, like you could in Relto.
Well, you know I'm no good at it.
I have the feeling that I can't get back, because they're lower, so I think you might be able to... You can probably make this jump, but I'm not sure if I would be able to get back. I might try that, but I want to point out something first. And that is the fact that the island where the tower used to be now does not have a tower on it, and is also not connected. And that means we can't get there. Except, we already noticed that we touched when we touch the shell cloth, we can use it to link even into another version of the H. And we touched the shell cloth on the tower, so presumably if I now use the shell marker to link, I can still get to that island. And that's something that I can try, and I want to point that out first, because, well, if I panic link, or if I can't get back, then we'll I'll just be able to use the shell links regardless. Yay! Now I'm here.
Yeah. I'm impressed.
This is an excellent location to do a dance. Okay, that's enough of that. I sincerely doubt if I can make the small one.
Oops, there he
Nope.
goes.
And I guess he doesn't feel like finding out if the... I don't feel like finding out if the stars here work like the Starfisher. Probably a good thing, because if it is just stars, then it might be a vacuum or something once you get out of this air bubble. Okay, I'm gonna try and link to the shell cloth. See if that takes us to the island where the tower was. Which it should.
Yay, there you are. I can see you.
And it does. And now you can't get here.
No.
Okay, well, we'll have to continue in the next video.